A lot of the cats you see out here are incredibly friendly. Unfortunately, people mistake friendly for safe. No matter how friendly these animals are, they are all incredibly dangerous. These animals will kill you because they like you.
On this episode of Joe's Big Cat Kingdom, students from Appalachian State spend their spring break volunteering at the Exotic Feline Rescue Center. Head keeper Rebecca Rizzo raises money at the 8th annual Big Cat Charity Auction, and Dusty is introduced to a new cage mate. The Exotic Feline Rescue Center was founded by Joe Taft in 1991 to help protect abused and mistreated exotic felines. With the illegal trade of these big cats increasing at an alarming rate in North America, the center has grown from 3 big cats and 15 acres to over 200 exotic felines and more than 100 acres of property.
I'm tired, I'm angry, I'm worried, but I'm never bored.
Welcome to Joe's Big Cat Kingdom.
This week we have our spring break group kids out. They're from Appalachian State, and they come out for a week. It's alternative spring break, and they help us out with whatever we need help with. They're a great group of kids. They always have been, a lot of good workers. They help us muck boxes. We stick straw in them all throughout the winter for the cats to be warm and comfortable, and then the cats pee in there, so we have to pull all that straw out. They're helping with that. They're getting gravel in cages. They're helping with anything that we need them to do. It's awesome.
I really wanted to do something with my spring break that wasn't like partying the whole time, because I mean, I like partying, but I don't want to do that every spring break. I actually want to feel like I'm doing something.
Just like watching these people come to work every day, and this is what they love to do, and they get to serve these animals in a way that's just so respectable and impressive, and that's one of the best parts. And I'd say the other part is just you're getting to be so close to some of the most powerful animals in the animal kingdom.
Really, what's really impressive is how friendly a lot of these cats are. They make this little noise that's called chuffing, and whenever you come and see them, like they'll just come right up to the side of their cage and just chuff at you and want to see you and like figure out what you're doing. And they're so excited just for people to be around. And really, they're just like large, normal cats, to be honest. They just act like big house cats.
And you want to pet them, but you can't.
Yeah, you can't pet them. We really want to pet them. Can't.
They work very hard for the better part of a week. We have a neighbor just down the road who lets them stay in his cabin. So we have a real captive audience of hard workers, highly motivated kids. We're really lucky to have this group. My favorite thing about having the students out, all the work they get done, especially the gravel. They do a lot of really hard physical labor stuff. They muck all the boxes, they wheelbarrow gravel.
I like Rebecca.
Nobody likes Rebecca. Look, you want this
over here. Sorry.
as
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
close to this as possible. Okay, so you're going,
And just yank it down.
just pull it down. What do you guys get out of this, other than exercise?
I'm a bio major, so I held a heart in my hands. So I
held it too.
I also milked a dead cow. So you milk this dead cow, and this milk smells so rotten. And Joe's like, hey, you want to come here a sec? And we'll come on in, and he'll start squirting milk at everybody. And you're like, come on, Joe, act like you've been here. And we got to hold a horse heart right out of its cavity, and the thing is massive. You just don't realize that. So I don't know. I like being in here and reaching my hands and stuff. That's just me. I chose this because I really think that, I mean, I'd like to get down and dirty and do stuff. I feel like this is making an impact here and that we're actually helping rather than harming. Just from being here, I think that a lot of the people here really enjoy having us as company, you know, breaks up the day-to-day, and that it really helps mucking out boxes. I mean, mucking out boxes has got to be everyone's least favorite job. I mean, the ammonia smell in their pee is not, not very fun to smell, but we get it done, and I think it really helps them. So that's a good thing to take away for spring break.
Me personally, I would just like to be able to one day really help out with conserving these species, because so many of these are endangered species, and it's just kind of like a step in my life for me of just being able to do something I love, and I just want to be able to look back and be like, man, I really helped out and I had an awesome time doing it.
We're heading down to the front, down to the east, to the main area, go check out some cats.
Hi. Nice yawn. Come on out.
Sierra, you are the pickiest damn eater on the face of this earth. What is this? Eat your food. Tell your boyfriend to get up. Oh, good morning. Hi. Hi. You were sleeping in. What do you think about Dusty and Sierra, introducing them? I mean, they get along through the fence line together a lot. They spend a lot of time together. What do you think about putting them together?
Well, you know, normally we don't put adult cats together, but these guys seem to get along so well. And if they don't get along, we've got plenty of places that we can
Separate them.
sort of separate them to.
They're big cages, so they can. They've got room to get away from each other.
Yeah, if we put a slide gate right in here, they could move back and forth with each other for a little while. And then we can see where they seem to like to be the most, and we'll give them that cage. And then, I mean, I'm assuming they'll move over here.
Yeah,
We'll
it'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll give them whichever cage, and then we could do something like bring Zeus and Thor down here.
That'd be a good idea.
And we have other groups of lions and tigers. They've been together since, well, some of them since before they came here, or since they were quite young at any rate. So the object is companionship, and these two seem to really like each other. So we're going to give this a try.
The annual Big Cat Charity Auction is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the center. The event is hosted by New York Times best-selling author Michael Corita and head keeper Rebecca Rizzo.
Okay, we have both a silent auction where there's baskets all over tables, and anybody and everybody can go over, take a look at it, put their bids down, and then at 5 o'clock we have the live auction. What would be a success is just to see people walk out of here smiling, having a good time, wanting to continue to support the center.
They have grown and they need the help. They save animals from across the country, and it's important that we support them.
I love coming to this. I've loved the big cat since I was just a little girl, and so I'm just keeping the dream alive.
I've been there a couple times with my kids. I mean, we love it. I think it's a sad place because tigers and lions shouldn't be pets or be in that situation, but they do everything they can for them. So it's a great place to get education about the state of lions and tigers and other wild cats in our community and around the world.
It's their only hope.
That's right.
It's a safe environment for the cats to go when they've been abused or people have mistreated them, and the people down there give them such good care, and they have such wonderful volunteers, and it's just a good cause.
No, we came in and said, you guys, beautiful, beautiful. We got the royal treatment.
Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I actually just came up as a visitor, and then I wrote a book. I wrote a novel called The Ridge that was based around the world of the cat rescue. Joe Taft, the director, Rebecca Rizzo, the head keeper, have just been fantastic to me. They were a big help in the writing process, and then I've gotten involved in the rescues since then, and it is just one of the best causes I can think to be involved with.
These are the lovely ladies that are going to get auctioned off. We got Carrie, Jennifer, Shayna, Jess, and Christina. All of these guys are going to be auctioned for a special tour where you get the whole facility.
My husband and I were lucky enough to spend an overnight at the rescue center, and it was an extraordinary experience, and now we just love all of this. So that's why we were excited about coming for another chance to get an overnight or maybe a day with the vet, which would be totally exciting.
I come here to support the EFRC, which is a fantastic place. I visited the center many times, and I just love spending time with all the big cats and these people who care so much about them and taking care of them and making sure that they have a forever home where they can live out their lives in comfort and safety.
Ladies and gentlemen, spending the day with Dr. Fred. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what do you get for it? Started there, give me 500 to go. 500. 575, 575. Last call, 575. $550 over in the far corner, $550. What's the bid number?
We did great. We just won, bid on the morning with the veterinarian to get to go see him treat the big cats. So.
The next item up for bid is a character name in the next Michael Corita novel.
47, 48, $100 5,000 bid. Let's go to 5250. 5250, 5250, 5250, 5250. Let's get it on the roll. Now 5500, 55, 55, 5500, 55. Now 57 and a half, 5750, 5750, 5750. Now 6,000 even with you, 6,000 even. 6,000 even, give her around now, boy. 6,000 now 6250, 6250, 6250. $6,250 over that, 6,250, 6,250, 6,000 is a bid, 6,250, 6,250, 6,250. Are you down in the back? 6,000 bid. Anybody else can jump in. 6,250, 6,250, 6,250. $6,000. You're the winner. Give her a big round of applause.
The last bid just was for a character name out of Michael Corita's books, and it went for $6,000, and then somebody said they would match that. So that's a really big one right there. That was really exciting.
I gave away character names in a forthcoming novel, and we raised $12,000 because these people really care about the cats. That's got nothing to do with me. I don't think they care about my books that much. It's really generous.
Because I love Michael's work, and I'm a bookaholic. And I've won one once before, and he's naming a character in a book coming out in August after my dad.
75, 375, 350 is the bid. That's going to be 375.
My name is Carrie. I've been a keeper at the Rescue Center for about a year and a half now. I was an intern there for 2 summers, and I'm getting auctioned off for an extended field tour.
You're going to get a tour of the main facility as well as the off-site area with a keeper of your choice. Now what we're going to do is the top 3 bidders get their choice of their keepers.
300 back here, 300, over 325, 325, 325. 400, 400, 425, 425, 425, 425. Last call, 425. Noise again, 425. 425, got 425. 450. 450, third time, final time, 450. Sir, you won 450.
It's had a chance to win a extended private tour with some of the most experienced and knowledgeable and fun keepers in the country. So to learn about the cats from people who work with them every day is really amazing. And it's, I got a bargain on that.
My newest addition, I did not get my quilts, but I did get kitty cats. So I've gotten one for the last 4 years. So yay!
They have their cats specifically for their entire life. They do not have them to send out to other facilities. So they give them a permanent, forever, safe, good life. So it's a great cause.
All of the keepers just want to help. We love what we do, and we want to better the center. We want to help the center in any way. So we're really excited that it went as well as it did.
The evening was a tremendous success, raising over $30,000 for the Exotic Feline Rescue Center.
Tours are our biggest source of revenue. It really helps us to help keep going on a daily basis, having people come in. Not only is it our biggest source of revenue, but it is the best way to reach people for education purposes. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the rescue. I do have one very important rule for everybody, and that is absolutely no touching any of the cats. As we go around, you are more than welcome to take as many pictures as you'd like, And if you have any questions for me along the way, please feel free to throw them out there. I can talk a lot about these guys, so if I'm talking, you might have to tell me to shut up and ask anything that you have. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, hey, Dust. This is Dusty here. Dusty is one of our white tigers. He came from Angola, Indiana, where people had an amusement park up there, and they also rescued cats. Unfortunately, when the amusement park shut down, the insurance to keep the cats was way too expensive, so they needed to get rid of them. We took 11 cats from them, and Dusty here was just one of them. Now, something that most people don't quite realize about white tigers is everyone you see is related. We found one white tiger in the wild back in 1953, and we bred him to all of his offspring to make more white tigers. With mass inbreeding comes a lot of issues. Inbreeding really only hurts the individual animals. One of the most common issues with white tigers is they're often born with vision problems, or the second most common problem is they're born with a cleft palate. In tigers, that is degenerative, and they do need to be put down at birth. Usually for every good-looking white tiger you see, there's 3 or 4 messed up somewhere else. The white ones are pretty, but so are the orange ones, and unfortunately, the more we breed for these guys, the more we're hurting the individual animals. You can see Sheba here. Sheba is a female cougar. She was privately owned illegally, and if you guys listen, you can hear Sheba purring. Cougars are the largest cats that purr. Cougars and all the small cats will purr. Now, lions and tigers are the only ones considered roaring animals, and with that, lions are the only ones that do a group roaring. They will roar every morning and every evening and randomly throughout the day. There is no way to really get a lion to roar unless you own a Harley Davidson. If you own a Harley and you bring it over here and rev the engine up, all the lions will talk to it. If you have any other kind of bike, don't waste your time. We don't know what it is about Harleys that the lions respond to, but they do.
Have you ever put a lion and a tiger in the same cage?
Well, we have Max and Kisa that live together. We put them together when they were younger. But if they come and they're together and they're young, or they're young enough, we'll put them together, but putting them together as adults is really risky. So it's not something that we really want to do. We did give it a try once.
We normally don't put adult cats together if they haven't come together, but these two have lived next door to each other for several months now. They play through the fence. There's been a lot of friendly interaction, so we decided that we would give it a try with these two. Since we last talked, we have put in a slide gate, a guillotine gate. They have spent a lot of time laying fairly close to each other and looking at each other through the gate. And so this morning we're going to open that gate. Of course, they're going to be a little skittish around each other for a while, but we hope they'll get to be good friends. And then at some point we will confine, assuming they get along well, we will confine these two to one cage, and then we'll bring some other lions up here in the other cage. Who is that guy? What's he doing in my box?
She's just laying there, not quite sure what's going on. He's just investigating her side of the cage. Oh, well, you can get to him now.
Go in there.
Yeah, they've just discovered that they're together. Well, Sierra has just discovered that he is in her cage. So he's chuffing. She's now gonna come, here we go. And Dusty is in the small part of Sierra's cage, and she is in the big part, not quite understanding that how he's in her cage or why he is. But they're still having good interactions here. Yeah, you are. She's locked in on him.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Dutchie! Hey! Come on, buddy!
Closest like it.
Come on! You're up
Yeah, I know. Well, she's got a pretty hard head.
You know, it was a slow introduction. He was exploring her cage and she was watching him, and it seemed all pretty good in the beginning, but then when she jumped on him is when it changed. You know, he got scared, and that's big cats for you. He turned around and told her his business, and she was a little girl and she fought back, but luckily it's not anything serious. If he wanted to kill her, he would have. They were obviously easily separated, so it wasn't a problem. When he got off, he chuffed at her, so it was not out of aggression for him. They're gonna be fine. They'll be okay next to each other.
Despite how bad it looked, her injuries don't appear to be severe. There's going to be a lot of bruising. There was not a lot of actual punctures.
Had they gotten along, we could have moved them together, which would have opened up another enclosure to move animals around and just constantly upgrade. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, so we didn't get that opportunity. Oh, and we've got some swimming tigers over here. You can see Santasia is in the water. Actually, I think she's just peeing in her water. Thank you, Santasia. Don't worry, she'll still continue to drink it. You can see Seminole over here, and Santasia is now swimming. Now, one of the very funny things about these guys, they do this often. They'll get in the water and they'll be completely in there except for one paw. One paw cannot touch that water. She's got that one paw hanging out. They will walk around the tank that way. They'll hop. Most of the time, every time if we get a new keeper, I think I was guilty of it too, we call the boss back and we say, we got a hurt tiger, because they won't put that paw in the water. They will hop around like they're hurt. We don't know why. No clue why they can lay in there but with one paw out. But it's really funny to see. It's just hanging there above the water. These two were privately owned by a woman in Ohio who had them in a very small, very inadequate cage. Because it was very small, she wanted to give them more exercise. She would actually take her tigers out and walk them on leashes. She was not far from an elementary school either. It took one phone call and they went in and took the animals. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. If nobody believes you that you came to the middle of nowhere, Indiana, and saw a bunch of big cats, we do have a website. Thank you guys for coming in. Hope you had a good time.
Next time on Joe's Big Cat Kingdom. Severely injured bobcat cub is found by two mushroom hunters. Dr. Frodeman performs emergency surgery. And the crowds come out for the Big Cat's annual pumpkin party.